Guys, what is happening to us? Worldwide, we've got massive wars going on, new ones on the brink of starting. We've got the US election on the horizon, so the left and the right are attacking each other at levels we haven't felt in years. We had 0 assassination attempts on US presidential candidates for 40 years. 0. And then we got 2 in the space of 3 months. You got me starting a war with Daily Mail, which we'll talk about in the next video. And now, even YouTubers are turning on each other viciously. You got OG YouTubers starting beef with new age YouTubers. American ones attacking British ones. You got the nicest guys on the internet, Ryan Trahan and MKBHD, being drug into this thing. You got freaking medical experts getting in on the fight. And CinnamonToastKen officially declaring the start of the YouTube Civil War. So how the hell did we get here, and why are we descending into anarchy and chaos? Well, that's what we're talking about today, so like the video if you've been to a Diddy party, and let's get cracking! Okay, let's start from the very beginning. In yonder ago, 3 friends had a very special idea to start a video sharing platform for ordinary... Hey, no! Okay? Let's forget about that. MrBeast. This is what it all started with MrBeast. Nay, actually, much like World War I could be traced back to one man, this YouTube civil war can also be traced back to one woman that used to be a man. I mean, hey, come on. That's kind of fitting for a new age war. It's pretty progressive. That's good. Anyway, the allegations against Ava Chris Dyson dropped, and then it slowly spread to MrBeast. People smell blood. Then more people, like Dogpack, for example, made a video, and that triggered a tsunami of new allegations against him. And then, because the literal biggest YouTuber in the world just ignored it all, never addressed the allegations, everyone was kind of, a bit pent up, They didn't have that release that they were looking for. So when brother decides to, release this new brand of questionable nature to a very pent-up audience, the internet lost their minds. And that, my friends, is where our story begins. OG YouTubers like DanTDM and Jacksepticeye, who, actually, fun fact, they already said way before this that they weren't the biggest fans of MrBeast because of what his style of videos have done to the platform.
Like MrBeast? No, because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
And so we already had this silent divide between all of the OG YouTubers who didn't really like all of the new age MrBeast style YouTubers, because they love YouTube for what it started as, a video sharing platform for ordinary everyday people just talking in front of the camera, not this extremely high retention rate, manipulating every single dopamine sensor you have kind of video. In fact, KSI's story today is literally about this exact topic. People are already making reels about OG YouTubers versus, YouTubers today. And this reel has over 200,000 people that liked it. Now, you guys have probably already seen what Dan had to say about what's happened to YouTubers, man. It's become an instant hood classic, all right? We know. But then what Jacksepticeye kind of tweeted is the thing that really triggered this YouTube war. If you mess with Dan, you mess with YouTube. And boy, he was not wrong. Now, since, KSI, MrBeast, and Logan Paul already did their responses via tweet, well, KSI and Logan Paul actually took it one step further, and they have now both made video responses to all of this, only deepening the conflict. Now, they both echoed very similar sentences, right? But for impartiality, okay, I am not saying a bad word about KSI. I don't care. That man has done more for me than any other content creator, so I'm biased, okay? Deal with it. How about we just talk about what Logan said? Because a lot of this is very similar. He started off his video by saying that DanTDM and everyone else is all mad because they made crackers. Ha ha.
Let me put this in the context. Imagine being a motherfucker who's angry that we made this. Crackers, bro? You mad because we made crackers?
Well, not exactly. I mean, we already went into detail about this exact topic in that video, so go watch that if you want that. But he goes on to claim that the only reason people are hating on Lunchly is because they hate them. They're just projecting.
People just hate us. And I've come to realize now in my adult life that hate really is just a feeling of one's own inadequacy. You're dissatisfied with your life, you're unhappy, you're angry because your wife left you, or you suck. You might as well go hate on a cracker stack.
So yeah, they proceed to drag, Ryan Trahan in it, saying that where was the hate when Ryan brought out his sweets?
Where was the same energy when Ryan Trahan released sweets? Where was the same energy when FaZe Rog released sweets?
Because they are arguably far worse for, people than Lunchly, right? And at first, you might think that that's a fair argument. But when you look into it a little bit deeper, not really. Because all three of them, Logan Paul, KSI, and MrBeast, they've already launched brands that have become extremely successful. So where was the hate then? So it's not just because people hate them, right?
But I think if you're getting mad about nachos, that's a you problem.
It's because this time, unlike Feastables and Prime, they explicitly created and marketed this product directly to kids. You see, every adult, plausibly, could drink a Prime. Every adult could eat a chocolate bar. Every adult could eat a Joyride sweets from Ryan Trahan. But what adult is eating turkey stackums for lunch? I mean, according to Dr. Mike, who we'll get to in a second because he's jumped in on this, technically, it's not even enough calories in this box for children's lunch, let alone, like, an adult. How is an adult going to survive? I mean, they've openly replicated the most famous food product that children take to school. So it's for children. And products made specifically for children are not just some of the most regulated on the market, but are also some of the most heavily criticized by the public because sell what you want to us, right? We're adults. We can make our own stupid decisions. But the children, they don't know any better. So it's literally on us to protect them. That is literally the reason for there being a legal age of anything. And that is the difference that they're getting so much hate now versus before. Not because everyone just hates them. And a lot of people love them, including myself, KSI. And I mean, with that being said, even YouTube medical experts are joining in on this war. And when comparing Lunchables to Lunchly, Dr. Mike said,
in fact, throughout the Lunchly website and the social media promo posts, you'll see countless comparisons being made to Lunchables. To be honest, some of the comparisons are kind of cringe and don't make much sense to me, but maybe that's because I'm not the target demo.
Cringe was a strong word to use. And then you got streamer YouTubers like Asmongold laying into this debate.
Guys, I feel like this is so anticlimactic. They're basically the same thing. They look different, but they basically taste the exact same. Like, the cheese here is a completely different color, and guess what? They probably both use food coloring in these. It's basically the same. I'm sorry.
You got another OG YouTuber that's been, making videos for like 14 years, CinnamonToastKen. He made a video bringing up the class action waiver, which was wild.
I don't know if this is true, but this guy, Jeff here says, looks like MrBeast is trying to nip the class action lawsuit problem in the bud with Lunchly. If you buy any products from their website, you waive a lot of rights, apparently. Source, their policies and terms. They took a picture of this. There's section 21. Is this? No way. You shall not join any action with claims of any other person or entity or join or participate in class actions against Lunchly. So if you buy the product on the website, you're waiving your right to class action lawsuits? Goodness, no way. Is that really on there? Hang on. Yeah, there it is right there. It's on the website. Oh my goodness.
And then this isn't just encapsulated into these, OGs versus new ones. Outside of the whole Lunchable thing, you got Aiden Ross beefing with the Sidemen now, after they said that, his stream with Donald Trump was a disaster.
Yo, by the way, I saw Sidemen talking about me about the Trump stream. You suck my d. You British losers. Listen to me. You British losers have a shit person running your entire government. Stop hating. Stick to your fucking country. I don't give a fuck. I saw that shit and it pissed me off, bro. How about you give me flowers that I got the president of the United States on a live stream, the first time ever. And
then the most recent YouTuber to be drug into this whole thing is MKBHD, because everyone's attacking him now because of his new product. You want to know what it is? You want to know what product people are attacking? A wallpaper app. And if you're wondering, how could someone have anything bad to say about a wallpaper app? Well, here we have it. I'll be honest, I just lost a bit of respect for Marquez. And then he bullet points some of the problems. Immediately asked to track app activity. Also tracks location. Has terrible design and animations. Ads are absolutely everywhere. $50 year subscription. The wallpapers aren't even that good. The infamous tech reviewer who can destroy companies launched an iPhone wallpaper app in the year 2024, and it costs $11.99 a month. If you were reviewed negatively by MKBHD, now would be officially the time to not give an F. The critic has stepped into the arena and his performance is laughably weak. Oh, people are savage, man. This is insane for a dude that on products people have worked for years to bring to the market. Like, stay on the sidelines. Why lose stature for this? Bought the MKBHD wallpaper app and my wife left for me. Bro, your innovation that you brought to the market was a wallpaper app. A wallpaper app. A wallpaper app. LMAO. A wallpaper app. Marquez finally responds, dog, the target market for this is insanely small. Most people don't download a wallpaper app. Oh, I'm sick and tired of saying wallpaper app. This is for those who have been asking. If you're not into it, don't worry about it. I feel like, I can't even read any of these anymore. You just expose yourself to so much hate and anger. It's exhausting. It really feels like if any YouTuber does anything right now, they are gonna get torn apart. And I mean, it's not just creators. What the hell is that? It's everyone. So why the hell is this happening to us right now? Are we truly getting angrier as a society, as a civilization? Well, according to the Gallup Global Emotions Report, yes. Yes, we are. Anger around the world has been rising since 2016 by about, they say 26%, which is, measuring anger levels, 26. I'll just say it is, right? You might be asking why, and that is where things get really interesting. Did you know that the 1970s is referred to as the decade of anger? And I got that reference largely due to a combination of a lot of really things that happened in those 10 years that pissed a lot of people off. Or in other words, made people's lives very difficult. You had stagflation, which is a very rare and deeply troubling combination of both stagnant economic growth coupled with high unemployment and soaring inflation. Altogether, you had the 1973 oil crisis when OPEC's embargo on oil exports to the US led to gas shortages and skyrocketing prices. You had extreme distrust of the governments due to the Watergate scandal and Vietnam War, and a number of others. You had women being forced into the labor market out of necessity rather than choice, which only added to the already existing gender tensions. You had this extreme geopolitical instability, and all of this just kind of trickled down to the public. And yeah, you know, of course, at a time like you would be pissed off. And when you look at all of that, a lot of the same stuff is happening now. I mean, the pandemic alone was completely unprecedented, and it ruined a lot of people's lives, careers, and their trust in the government. You got a number of major wars happening in the world right now, which, for the first time, we're experiencing in the age of social media. And that can't be discounted because we are actually seeing what's happening in these wars for the first time in HD, quick access. And I mean, the list goes on. Cost of living, inflation, brutal house prices. So when YouTubers come along in the midst of all of this and release their products to people that are just fighting for their lives, I'm not surprised that we are seeing the reaction and the anger that we are currently seeing right now. But I mean, hey, if I could just add any silver lining possible in all of this, you know, we're pretty deep into our decade of rage and anger now, aren't we? So I'm sure that the light at the end of that tunnel has got to be pretty close now. And as the most inspirational person in history once said,
tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
And I think that is where we will leave it today. We scream at all of these politicians for not de-escalating the war like they promise us. So how about we start de-escalating our own YouTube civil war? And I will be the first to say, how do you de-escalate a war? I don't know. Leave it to the experts. All right, I love you, and I will see you for another video sometime, I think this week, actually. Don't count on it, but... Nay, I do know how to end a war. Go to your nearest YouTuber. And all YouTubers, go to your nearest YouTuber. Just give him a hug. Say everything's okay. We love everybody, peace be among the people.